Over $69,000 for this 2025 ID Buzz. Think about that, over $70,000 for an all-electric Volkswagen Buzz. What is Volkswagen supposed to be? Not $70,000, you know, and this van, what it represented before the redesign, you know, the past van, it was not this. Brand new, you could get it in the $2,000–$3,000 range, but guess what? With inflation, that's equal to $20,000 or $30,000. Why did Volkswagen not offer some sort of gas engine? It just doesn't make sense. They could offer a version that's in the 30s, 40s, or maybe even 50s, and you would have people lining up on waiting lists to buy these. And there were people on waiting lists, but guess what? The price came out and they said, no way, take me off the list. So that's the crazy part. When you had all these Volkswagen fans, a lot of them, I'm surprised how many people love this vehicle. They would buy it. But it's the price, it's the range, it's the overall vehicle. What it represents is not Volkswagen. And I mean, look at this. This is for a travel van, you could say, 234 miles of range. And it's Volkswagen, so do you even really trust that? You know what I mean? And so you have 234 miles of range, but how long? I mean, in real world driving, you're in the hundreds. And then are you even allowed to charge this to 100%? Normally it's 80%, you know, with EVs. So you're even less. And then you can't go down to zero. So, I mean, you're talking 150 miles of range comfortably, if that. Are you kidding me? And then the dealership has the I don't know what to go ahead and add. Look at this, window tint, door edge guards. Look at this, all this stuff, all these add-ons, which brings it to 69, but the MSRP over here is 67. And this does not include tax, title, or anything. So it even goes up. So we're over 70 grand, and the dealership's gonna have a documentation fee. So this van costs well over $70,000, and I can already see it's already scratched up on the wheels. So not a good situation at all. It looks like the dealership's using it as a loaner car or a demo vehicle, probably for the GM or the management, because they can't sell it. So they're like, let's just go ahead and drive it ourselves. It's crazy. And look at this lot, completely full. So it's pretty crazy to see that happen, especially with Volkswagen. To put out, who thought of that? Saying, oh, we're gonna do this $70,000 van and it's gonna sell and everybody's gonna like it, all electric. I mean, come on. Anybody could have told you this ain't gonna work, and it's a complete flop. They're gonna sell very, very few, especially in the US market. Look at that, $34,000, 2025 Volkswagen. So there are 25s. Let's see if we see any 2026s. Some dealerships still have, I mean, literally 23 stuck on their lot. So we probably won't see that here, but well, we might see a 24. We'll see 24 or $41,000. We got a Golf GTI. Yeah, pretty crazy because that dealership adding all that stuff. Original MSRP is 39, but the dealership wants over 41. You know, why is the dealership adding cost? That's not going to increase sales at all. Kind of like with Volkswagen. You know, their mindset was, we're going to think about how much they're making off this thing. You know, they're going to make a whole lot of money, but if they offered one in the 30s or 35, 40 grand, they would not make as much per vehicle, but they would sell a whole lot more volume, which at the end of the day turns out better for Volkswagen, turns out better for everybody. But when you're talking about the corporation, they want to get the most money with the least amount of work, and that's going to be, you know, $70,000 vans. They don't even have to sell that many to make that much. I just can't believe it. And this is the craziest part. I do think even the charging situation, it's just, I think you can use a Tesla charger if you have an adapter, but the whole deal is a complete flop, and it has nothing to do with, you know, the retro. Everybody wants this retro van. A lot of people, I'm so surprised how many people really agree that this is a complete flop. Normally there's a lot of people, it's 75-25, but I think it's 99% to 1. There is still that 1% that bought this van and they love it and they think it's just, it is what it is, you can't afford it. No, it's, a lot of people can afford this $70,000 van if they wanted to, but they don't want to spend 70 grand on a Volkswagen. It's just common sense. Now let's look at this. We got another GTI right here. It's just like, who spends that kind of money on a Volkswagen knowing, and it's an all-electric EV SUV, so it's just gonna drop like a rock. Yeah, another $42,000 2025 Golf GTI SE. Yeah, at least you get one deal on the window sticker here for free from the dealership. But yeah, all those add-ons need to come off. They need to discount this. The only way they're gonna sell this, especially now that the dealership put miles on it, they're using it as their demo. I can tell you 100% this thing is going to sell well under MSRP. It's been sitting for a while. I haven't checked their website, but I imagine they're going to discount it pretty significantly. But right now, with the window sticker, plus doc fee, plus tax and title, you're talking well over. I mean, you're talking, and someone might come here and pay it if they're not smart about it. Like, people are fanboys over this vehicle, a few of them. And the people that are, they might say, oh, there's one in stock, let me come pay MSRP. No. You need to be well under $67,000 because these things in the used market are probably going to drop like a rock, but I can tell you it's a complete flop by Volkswagen. This is supposed to be a travel van, and it can only go 150 miles before you have to charge it again. It makes no sense, and it's $70,000 from Volkswagen. Absolutely doesn't fit the brand. Completely lost it. No one likes it. Let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.